So for today's video, I'm gonna be trying on the feather lashes, and I got them in 12, 14, and 16. And this is a first time try on. Can't wait to try these because these look really nice. Like light and feathery, and they are different because they have like, they're almost like two segments in one. You can see that. So there's a little space in between, I guess, to, you know, make it look a little more separated. And it's funny because all these lashes that I'm trying, like the Hollywood ones, they weren't my first choice. When I saw them, I'm like, oh, I don't know, that's like a little bit different than what I usually get, but I've been loving them. So the Hollywoods right now are my current fave. These potentially are too, because they look like the originals, but they are just more segmented. So I think that would be kind of cool to try on. I'm gonna be doing, I guess, the doll map or doll lash map, because I've been really loving that. And I think these would look really good with it because they're light. I think next time when I do the volume, I'm gonna do more of a cat eye, like when I first started doing these. And what I'm using is my usual stuff. In case you haven't seen it before, I just got the $65 deluxe set, and it came with all of these things. It came with the black pro lash glue, which is amazing, and the tweezers. And from Lashify, I'm just using the glass and my fuse wand, and also a Q-tip. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my left eye and then show you how I'm doing it with my right. Okay, so I did my left eye and I really like it. It's a very pretty, full, I guess, look, but like not heavy, which I like. I guess because the segments are broken up, you know, in the middle versus one thicker strip like the volume or like Midnights. These are really thick at the band, you can see. Whereas these have like at least a separation, so it's a little less thick, more natural, but not, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my right eye, and what I did a 12, a 14, 3 16s, 1 14, and 1 12. And I debated on using the 12 at the end. I think a 14 would look good there too. And they're a little bit sticky when I'm blinking, so I'm just gonna, I didn't fuse it yet, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of the crystal coat just so that I can keep blinking while I do the other side. So the first thing I'm gonna do, as always, is prime. And sorry, I'm missing one nail on each. These are the Hanakoko nails that I did, the rose marble. And it's been 2 weeks already and they're still lasting. Like, I guess I could use a remover, but I also like to just peel it off. So I'm just gonna wait. And with that acetone trick, it's not pulling my hair. Like, usually it would be like snagging. It's not. So pretty amazing. This one fell off like early because I was doing home projects and I was scraping tape off. This one fell off 2 days ago. So it actually lasted 12 days, like on its own, or on a normal week, it would last 12 days, which is amazing with no hair snagging. So I'm just using the primer, I'm putting it on a Q-tip, getting it wet, but not like soaking wet. And I'm just going to clean the top part of my lash and then the bottom. You don't want to get too much of this primer on the Q-tip just because if it goes in your eye, it hurts. So I'm just cleaning it and then running it along the bottom. Okay, and I'm gonna let it dry. And while I'm drying, I'm like removing the lashes from the adhesive strip just so I can make this process faster and smoother when I have glue on my eyes. If you take a long time and you blink a lot while you're doing it, I can see how, you know, you run into like a mess, like a sticky mess. So we can do this first, it's easier. So 2 12s, 2 14s, and 3 16s. And it was interesting trying to put this on because, you know, I stack it. So meaning it's like a deck of cards. So Like if the lashes were these, I kind of overlap it a little at the base. So it's like that. Okay, hope that made sense. Now I'm gonna get my glue. And my glue is kind of like, I think, running out. I've been using it nonstop since April, so I feel like I have to like dig in there a little more than usual. So I'm just gonna do a nice coat on the bottom of my lashes. Not super clumpy, not thick, just enough. And I think when you're just starting, you have to learn the right amount for your lashes. Like I have very tiny sparse lashes, so I kind of have to put a little bit more just because like the ones on the inner side are going to be holding up a lash, but I only have like 3 lashes there. So I do want to make sure I get the glue on all of those. So now I'm going to pick up my first 12. And like I always say, like I don't pick it up like this or like this. I kind of go at an angle so that I can move it around, because you want the band to be parallel to your natural lash line. So you put it not on your lash, like not on the very base of your lashes, maybe like 0.5 millimeter out. That way it doesn't irritate your eye. So I'm putting glue at just the base. I'm gonna put a lot on this one. It's okay. Don't put it on the whole lash or you're gonna run into a sticky mess. And then I'm gonna put it in the inner corner. Not super close to the inside. And then if you notice your tweezers are getting sticky, like I already did one eye, so you know, a little bit of glue. You don't want that on there because it's gonna like mess you up later. Just get your clear coat and just run it through. Like if there's too much, just kind of dab it off, but this helps to make it not sticky. So now I'm gonna take my 14, and it was interesting trying to stack these because if you can tell, there's like a little hole, or not a hole, but it's separated in the middle. So I don't want to cover up that completely because I do want it to have that look. I guess what I'm trying to say is like I stacked it neatly and evenly throughout the whole lash so that I don't have like, it doesn't look like there's holes here but not there, like it's really full, you know. Because if you cover that little hole or the separation, then it'll just look like a full band. So if you can see, there's still, you can still see the separation. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a 16. And same thing. Okay, another 16. So what I was thinking earlier was like I could have totally done just 2 and then started, you know, tapering off. But I guess this week I'm going for a really full look. So you can decide, depending on your eye shape and how big your eyes are, if you want 2 or 3 16s. So when it gets stuck to your tweezers, it pulls it off and then you have to redo it. So I think I need a little more crystal coat. So now I'm gonna do a 14. And then a 12. See, I think if I did a 14 here, it would look good too. It's okay. I'll do it the same way I did my left eye. See, when I notice when I dab it, I'm not getting as much on there and I have to like dig in there. I think that's telling me that I need to replace the glue soon. And I already have a backup. I was like, I need a backup of this always. Okay, so now I get the tweezers. I have the pointy side out and I close it, and I'm just gonna lightly push them all together. That way when you fuse it, they're all going the right way that you want. I've done it before where you fuse it and then you're like, oh, I wish it was turned, but once you fuse it, it's not stuck, but it's harder to fix. So now I'm gonna go in with the crystal coat and just go on the bottom of the lashes and stick it in one more time and go on the top. And this side too. And then I'm gonna run it on the inside of my tweezers. And then we're gonna fuse it. So I open it up because it's really hard to get your lashes in this little space. So I open it wider and then go around and then squeeze. You really want to get it at the base, that's why. And then this side also, open it up. So someone was asking me about these tweezers, and I did buy it on lashify.com. And I was looking actually on Amazon for a similar one, and I couldn't find it. I guess maybe they have a patent on it or something. I don't know. Usually you can find, you know, anything on Amazon, but not these curved tweezers. Because it does help. Depending on your eye shape, this does go around all the lashes at once better than this one. But this one is fine too. Like, I will just maybe go from the inside out and then this side. More because my eyes are kind of like flatter. You can also use an eyelash curler, but if you do, definitely make sure you put the crystal coat. I tried it one time and it got stuck and it was a disaster. So now I'm gonna get the Lashify glass, and this is like a really good, like this is what you want the other one to be, but you know, can't have it all, I guess. So with this little ball, you can run it along the whole base of the lash way better than you can with the little mascara part. And then you can get that inner and outer corner where there might be extra glue and it's sticking and bugging you. So yeah, this little ball tip really works. You could probably also use like one of those lip gloss dough foot things, like a clean one, and then dip it in the crystal coat, and I'll probably do the same thing. Maybe I should try it. I do have extra. Sorry, I just bought these on Amazon a long time ago. I used to clean my lash extensions with these, like mid-appointment. So I have my crystal coat. I need to stick it in. Almost. Just turn it over. Okay, so I have some on the end. And these are good because they are lint-free for sure. Okay, that's pretty good. That worked really well. You just want to get it all along the base and then in the corner. And then I'll just use the spoolie for the top. So I did the gloss on this side and regular crystal coat with the special applicator on this one. And I will see if it makes a difference. Like if the glass is just a superior product or if it's just the packaging. But so far, not sticky at all. So it might be worth picking up a pack of these. I think I bought like a 50 or 100 pack. Like it's sticking right here. This might actually be a good option. And you can either throw it away or maybe wash it. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna do my eyeshadow the way I usually do. And this is just to dry it out up here because I do have sunscreen and concealer on there, and if you look at my eyes, it touches the lash base if I open my eyes really wide. I'm just going to use my Kat Von D Shade and Light, same one as always. Make sure you tap off the excess. That's the most important thing, so you don't get the fallout in the glue and everything. I'm just running it across, doing super fast eyeshadow look because I don't know, that's what I do all the time. And I've been really liking this NARS palette, which is really dirty. It's the Cordura. Anyways, it's 2 shades of brown. Tap it off, and then this doesn't blend as well as that bronzer, but the color is a little nicer and it's shimmery, whereas the bronzer is more flat. So one time I tried to wash my lashes, like I made a mistake on my foundation and I really wanted to wash the whole thing off. Do not do that. Like, you need to let the glue cure a little bit. But I always wash my face in the shower, like full on, like with the water, like the night, like Saturday, like tonight. So I don't know, I think a few hours is good. I know I'm actually gonna have to take a shower for dinner, before dinner, in about 4 hours. So that's fine. So yeah, super fast eye look, just using some powder to dry out my lid so there's no oils. And then I don't know if you've ever seen this trick. So I was watching someone else on YouTube, like I always watch like older women to get like tricks that actually work, you know. So you put a little bit of concealer right there. So weird, right? And then you get like a brush and then you just wipe it up. I guess this is better when I use like more eyeshadow, but it doesn't make a cut crease, but it brightens everything up, and then you can kind of bring it down a little, like if you got any stuff over there, and it kind of brightens up. You can even put it in the inner corner. But yeah, I've been liking that. So this is Kosas concealer in light, I think. 03W. It's pretty light though, but yeah, it kind of just brings everything up, which is what we want now. Okay, I decided to add this at the end. I'm just going to be washing the Hollywoods that I just wore and took off last night. I don't know, maybe people want to see it or haven't seen my how to remove or how to clean the lashes off for reuse. And I just have it soaking in 91% rubbing alcohol. I have this Sigma E15 brush that I like to use, and it's really easy to clean off. I just like this one because it's flat. You can use any other brush, but flat and stiff. I bet a paint brush would work really well, you know, because eye makeup brushes are kind of softer. So yeah, these are coming out really good. I did like these Hollywoods. I think they're my favorite. And no doubt these are gonna clean really well. I can tell. It's interesting, they're very curled. Like if you can see in the middle. And I did use the Chow for Now remover. And I don't know if that helps, but it makes the glue like slide right off. It's a very oily cleanser. But yeah, I don't know, that mixed with the alcohol just like slides right off. And I love that. That's like really satisfying to clean. And if you have anything dirty on the bottom, just stick it back in and then rub it gently. Sometimes I get like concealer or makeup stuck on the bottom. So yeah, these are really dirty. I guess dirty, I mean like glue-wise. There's a lot of glue. Okay, so I'm done. Now I'm gonna put it back in the cases. So I have my Hollywood cases. Put them all out. I always put the 16s back first because they're the easiest to see. And I just stick it back on the band. And there's 5 segments per like eye shape. And oh, I forgot, you can brush them out too if you feel like it. Like if you look at it, can you tell like which ones are cleaned and not? Yeah, just brushing them out will make them like look like new and fluffy again. So I'm curious to see how many people actually reuse them, because I do all the time. But I can see like if you're really busy or I don't know, you don't like to clean it, like you wouldn't really have to. I mean, they're so cheap. Like one box is $7, which is like comparable to drugstore lashes, and even cheaper than like lashes you would buy at like Sephora or the mink lashes. So I don't know, am I the only one that cleans them all the time? Like I don't think I've even lost one. Like not one has broken up on me, and I've cleaned them all. The originals, one time I did leave it sitting in the alcohol like for a week because I was lazy, and those are the most fragile, I think. But they're also like one of the most beautiful ones because they're nice and wispy. But a couple of them lost a couple lashes. They didn't break at all, but you know, 1 or 2 little lashes fell off. But that's about it. Everyone else looks the same. So I'll just put the cover back on. And then put the label so you know, and it's like brand new. Then next I'll do the 12s. I don't know why, the 14s are the hardest ones for me to figure out which ones they are. This is a 16, okay. So I must have put a 14 in here. Must be this one. So yeah, I keep my lashes in this box, and I have not lost one. So these are the feathers that I just put on. Next ones will be the volume, midnight, originals, the one uptown I had, and the prism with some extra Lashify lashes in there. Yeah, so I just keep it in this box, and I have a whole set of lashes. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.